hope your day's going wonderful. I'm back again to share another 3 cards with you today. Today, I'm super excited to share these cards because it's something that you could do as a gift, as a gift set, and really all that you will need is some nesting die sets. I'm using 3 new die sets from Spellbinders. This is part of their latest collection. I believe it's called the 3D sealed 3D collection. Nesting die sets that each have a tag in the middle, which is so neat. But again, if you have a nesting die set, you don't need anything but a hole punch to create a tag, which is pretty cool. But we're going to create 3 cards today. They're all going to be similar in style, but different, if that makes any sense. We're going to make backgrounds with different stamped backgrounds, different embossing folders, and of course the different nesting dies. Okay, let's bring in a gradient of color with our teals. I have from light to darkest, so go through your scraps and see if you can find some light to darkest. And I'm going to first take our scallop labels and we're going to go darkest first with our tag. Okay, we'll die cut this out. The next layer, we're just going to use the next die. And we're just going to continue on, going up 1 in the nesting set, all the way to our largest. I may have to get a different, nope, I think I could fit it in here. Okay, we're going to die cut these out with this one. Now, our next color, we're going to do all 3 at once. I didn't know how to share this with you, but the easiest way is to do it all at once. So those are our teals. Our next color combination are blues. So taking the darkest, I'm going to be using, let's use the arches. Okay. And again, we'll use the tag with the darkest. Our next color will be the next die up. We'll lay these down. Our lightest color will be our largest die. And then with our third color, I have some oranges. Our darkest, I'm just going to lay these out, make it easier for me. Okay. We're going to add our tag. And we will just go up on the size. Okay, so as you can see, I have a bit of die cutting to do. I'm going to play a little music while I die cut. You can skip through this part. Die cutting is basic. Usually I cut it out, but I'm going to play a little music while I die cut, and I will be right back. Now that the nesting dies are all cut out, I do have some white eyelets. These are on the larger side. And I'm going to go ahead and add a white to each one of these. Our background's going to be white, so I thought we would add a metal accent. To each one of our tags here. Okay. Now I'm going to add a white twine through our tag. And I'm going to just do that to all 3 tags. Now's the easy part. All we're going to do is layer all 3 of these tags together. Basically just putting them back in their home. So these are all done. We're going to put these aside. Now, the darkest color, which is our tag, I have some pieces of cardstock, okay? What we're going to do now is stamp our greeting on each one of these. I'm bringing in a stamp set from Spellbinders. It's called the Propagation Garden Sentiments stamp set. I got this one because this has a coordinating die that you can cut out each one of these greetings. Let's see. I'm going to bring in my stamping positioner. For this one, I'm going to stamp Thinking of You. Let's see. Let's make a birthday card. For our dark color, we'll stamp Happy Birthday. And for the orange, how about Thanks for Helping Me Grow? I like that. Okay, I'm going to treat my papers with my anti-static powder tool. I'm going to ink up my images with my Versamark ink. Wonderful. And since we have dark cardstock, I thought we would heat emboss all of these with white embossing powder. I'm going to use my heat gun and we'll melt all of these. Now I'm just lining up the coordinating dies, and I'm going to bring in my Scout and we'll do a little more die cutting. Okay, so we have 3 greetings now that coordinate with our cardstock, and I'm going to bring in another die set from my stash because I'm going to use what we have, and I'm just loving this die set. This is the Vintage Florals die set, and I'm going to create flowers for each one of these, and one of them will be some flower buds, maybe. Let's see. Let's put some flower buds on this one. This one we can have maybe a smaller flower. Let's see. And I'm going to keep the flowers white. Maybe this one is a layering. Let's see if we can grab some leaves here. Yeah. And these are the flower buds that go here. I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to use my fern cardstock, and I'll die cut out all my leaves. And my flowers, My flowers will die cut out with white cardstock. Okay, I went ahead just to speed up the process a little bit. I put together my flowers. They're really easy to put together. I have a video showing how to put these together, and I'll link it at the end if you guys want to know how I put together the flowers. But it was very easy. This one's just 2 layers, and I popped it up with foam tape. I did go ahead and add some of my Spellbinders Crystal Mix gems. The Crystal Mix has like a foggy, like a 2 different colors. I used more of the iridescent for my cards. So those are all done. Okay, now for my background, we're going to bring in some embossing folders. I have 3 embossing folders. We have the Mandala Blooms, we have the Floral and Vine, and we also have the Tiled Mosaic. Now all of these are Spellbinders 3D embossing folders. I'm going to take white cardstock and I'm going to die cut out each one of these with white cardstock, and then I'm going to attach them to my card base. So now I have 3 3D embossed backgrounds. I put them all on my card bases. So they're ready to go. Now all we have to do is figure out which one is going to go with which. And I'm thinking the circles will go really pretty with this one. I think we're going to go here. And I think we're going to go here. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing just to add a little bit of interest because we have a lot of white space in the background. I'm going to put these to the side, and now I'm going to bring in some vellum. Okay, I have 3 pieces of vellum, and I went through my background stamps and I picked out 3 that I think were going to go great with my background. So I have the Simon Says stamp Regal Hearts. I will heat emboss this with white embossing powder. I have the Simon Says stamp Soft Plaid background, and then I also have the Trinity stamps Polkadot background. So I'm going to heat emboss all of these with white embossing powder. I'll melt it, and then I will be right back. I went ahead and heat embossed all of my vellum, and I do want to mention the vellum that I heat embossed is from Hero Arts. It's Hero Arts Classic Layering Vellum. It's a more heavy weight, and I love embossing on that. Spellbinders vellum is a little bit on the thinner side, and so heat embossing on that doesn't work as great as if you have a thicker vellum. Okay, now what I did was die cut out each one of my shapes using the nesting die set that coordinates with our background panel that we created, but instead of doing the next size up, I skipped 2 sizes so you can see the size difference. So skip 2 sizes up from the largest here, and then die cut out your background vellum. I did put foam tape behind each one of my pieces here. I'm just going to remove the release paper, and then we're going to add this to our vellum. Just putting it in the center. I think white on white is so pretty and soft. We'll add this one. And then we'll finally add our third one. Now I put adhesive behind our vellum pieces, and we're just going to layer this in the center of our card. Just tacking it down. And then that finishes off my card projects for today. Break out those nesting die sets. And again, you don't have to have a nesting tag die set. If you were just to use a hole punch or a paper punch and add an eyelet to the very top of any nesting dies, you could do circles, you could do rectangles. I think they would all look just as fabulous. Even postage edge would be pretty neat. But those are my card projects today. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for all your support, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.